Imagine a time before time. There was nothing. No earth, no sky, no sun, no stars. There was only a vast, silent emptiness. This was the world before creation, a void known to the ancient Maya as the primordial sea.
But even in this emptiness, there was potential.
Deep within the void, hidden like seeds waiting to sprout, were the first stirrings of life. These were the pre-dawn gods, the creators of all that was to come. Among them were the heart of sky and the heart of earth. They were powerful beings full of wisdom and ancient knowledge.
With them was Gucumatz, the feathered serpent, a god of creation and bringer of civilization.
These three deities existed in a state of pure thought and potential. They communicated telepathically, their thoughts echoing through the emptiness. It was time to bring life to the void. The gods spoke, their words carrying the power of creation.
Earth, they commanded.
And so the earth rose from the waters, a vast and empty expanse. Next they created the sky, a dome of blue stretching above the land. Mountains rose from the flat plains, their peaks piercing the heavens. Valleys carved themselves between the mountains, their slopes covered in lush greenery. Rivers snaked through the landscape, carrying life-giving water to every corner of the world. Forests sprang up, teeming with trees of every kind. The air filled with the scent of pine and the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. The world was no longer a silent void. It was alive with color, sound, and the promise of life.
The gods looked upon their creation with pride. They had taken a world of nothingness and filled it with beauty and wonder. But their work was not yet finished. The world needed creatures to inhabit it, beings to appreciate its splendor. It was time for the next stage of creation.
The gods turned their attention to populating their creation. They began with animals, shaping them from the earth and breathing life into their forms. Fish swam in the rivers, birds soared through the sky, and all manner of creatures roamed the land. The world was alive with the sounds of animals. Monkeys chattered in the trees, jaguars prowled the forests, and parrots squawked in the canopy.
The gods observed their creations, but a sense of disappointment crept in. The animals were beautiful, but they lacked something. They could not speak, they could not build, they could not worship the gods who had created them.
The gods realized that these creatures, while magnificent, were not the companions they sought. They yearned for beings with whom they could share their wisdom and who could understand the sacred nature of the world. The search for the perfect creation continued, each attempt bringing the gods closer to their goal, but also highlighting the complexities of creating intelligent life. Determined to create beings in their own image, the gods decided to fashion beings from clay. These mud people were initially promising. They could stand upright and even speak a few words. However, they were fragile and easily broken. Their forms dissolved in water and their minds were as dull as the clay from which they were made.
The gods, disappointed once more, were forced to abandon their creations to dissolve back into the earth.
Undeterred, the creators tried again, this time using wood as their medium. The wooden people were more durable than their clay predecessors. They multiplied and spread across the land, building villages and establishing communities. However, they lacked souls and were devoid of true intelligence. They could mimic human behavior, but they had no understanding of the sacred.
Worse still, they were disrespectful to the gods, forgetting the source of their existence. This angered the deities, who decided to punish their flawed creations.
As the wooden people faced the consequences of their disrespect, a new chapter began to unfold.
This chapter centered around two remarkable individuals, the hero twins, Hunahpú and Xbalanqué.
These twins were clever, resourceful, and determined to bring balance back to the world.
Born to a maiden tricked by the lords of Xibalba, the underworld, the twins were destined for greatness.
They inherited their father's skill in the sacred ball game and possessed a cunning that surpassed even the cleverest of gods.
Their story, filled with trials and triumphs, became central to Mayan mythology.
The twins' journey to Xibalba, the underworld, to avenge their father and defeat the evil lords, became a testament to their courage and wit.
The hero twins' story was not just about bravery, it was about outsmarting evil and restoring order.
They used their intelligence and knowledge of the sacred to overcome obstacles, ultimately paving the way for a new era.
The lords of Xibalba, threatened by the twins' growing power, devised a series of deadly trials.
Hunahpú and Xbalanqué had to navigate through perilous houses filled with darkness, cold, jaguars, and fire.
Yet with each challenge, the twins used their cleverness to survive.
In the final test, the twins were required to sacrifice themselves and rise again.
They understood that this was a test of their understanding of life, death, and rebirth.
They willingly went to their deaths, knowing they held the key to their resurrection.
True to their word, the twins rose again, transformed into beings of even greater power.
They outsmarted and defeated the lords of Xibalba, bringing balance back to the cosmos.
Their victory was a triumph of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance.
Ascended to the heavens, Hunahpú and Xbalanqué took their place as the sun and the moon, forever reminding the world of their sacrifice.
The twins had proven themselves worthy of their divine heritage, and their story served as a beacon of hope for the future.
With the world cleansed of the flawed creations and the forces of Xibalba subdued, the gods were ready to try again.
This time they looked to a more humble material maize, the sacred grain that sustained life.
From a mixture of white and yellow maize, the gods crafted the first humans.
These beings were different.
They possessed intelligence, creativity, and the ability to appreciate the sacred.
They understood the language of the gods and could communicate with their creators.
4 brothers emerged as the progenitors of humankind: Balam Quitsi, Balam Eka, Mahukuta, and Iki Balam.
These 4 ancestors, as they came to be known, were tasked with populating the world and living in harmony with nature.
Finally, the gods had achieved their goal.
They had created beings who could understand their creation, worship them, and continue the cycle of life.
The age of humanity had begun. The Popol Vuh, the book that houses this creation myth, is more than just a story. It's a testament to the Mayan people's understanding of the universe, their place within it, and the delicate balance that governs all things. The importance of maize goes beyond sustenance. It represents life, fertility, and the cyclical nature of existence. The reverence for nature, woven throughout the narrative, highlights the interconnectedness of all living things. The Popol Vuh emphasizes duality, light and darkness, good and evil, life and death. It shows that these forces are not separate but intertwined, constantly shaping and influencing each other. Most importantly, the Popol Vuh teaches us about resilience and hope. Even when faced with setbacks and failures, the gods never gave up on their quest to create a world filled with intelligent life. The hero twins, through their courage and cunning, remind us that even in the face of adversity, we have the power to overcome challenges and create a better future. The Popol Vuh is a story that continues to resonate through the ages, reminding us of the power of creation, the importance of balance, and the enduring spirit of humanity.